welcome back to the Pin Man. I'm Mike West, and today is a follow-up on my last video where I showed you different options for storing your fountain pens. And during that time, as I was showing you, you had a glimpse of pens that you will not find on the pen market, and that's because these are pens that I have made. So what I like to do is in fact, that's how I got into fountain pens, and I'll show you a model of pen that kind of got me started. But anyway, just so you get to know me a little bit better, I'm going to show you a little bit of my pride and joy, and we will start with, I'm going to move this camera in and we'll get a closer look, okay? All right, I'm going to just kind of pan down here. These are what are called kit pens, and kit pens kind of have a bad rap because they're, I don't know if people think that they're cheap or what, but they can really be very nice. And I made all of these. I'm going to do a video on kit pens in the future, but basically what you have, I'm going to start with, let's see if one of these is a fountain. That's a roller ball. How about this guy? Here we have a fountain pen. This pen right here is called a Tycoon, and it's one of the, it's like, I think I ended up selling the fountain pen that I did. You can do them in roller balls, whatnot, but it takes a number 5 nib. It has a clip, much like a pen I recently reviewed, and I can't remember off the top of my head what that was, but I'll put a little note up. Anyhow, yeah, it's got a kind of thin grip, but when I do plan on doing a video on kit pens and comparing them to some manufactured pens. But what's really cool about these pens that you can make, like this is dyed wood, and you turn it down and you polish it up. It really looks nice. And they have others that are even a little bit thinner, same size nib, number 5 nib, and so forth. These post and whatnot, but this has some wood, nice wood grain. Same with this one here. You can get them looking very nice. I think this is a roller ball here, but they come in so many different types of designs. These right here are kind of cool. These are they have a small grip, number 5. This is in a lot of these, this is the only downside. I don't like real thin grips, but again, it has a larger body, so it helps there. And then I have ball pens and also, so there's one box there. And then what else do I have? I have these over here. And these are just Ballpoints. They're inexpensive pens that I made to sell when I had a little business there. But they're kind of nice, and I'm not totally against ballpoint pens. As I mentioned in my last video, that hey, we need them. You gotta use them in some situations. Okay, got those. And then these, now with these, for instance, this pen here, these come where you turn this section here and you have a brass tube in the middle, and you have a blank, a square, usually a square, what they call a blank, and then you drill a hole through it, you put the brass tube in there, and then then you turn it down on your lathe, okay, to get its shape and so forth. And then you press in some of these other components, like you'll press that thing on and so forth to complete the pen. And this is the same. This comes off here. Okay, you got a little converter in there. So you have these opened in. We'll call them open in pins. Same thing here, because the brass tube, this part is going to fit into this end, obviously, and then you press the other part in there. So the craftsmanship really comes in to here. Most your pin turners aren't turning the metal pieces. I hope that's obvious, but they do turn the wood. They finish the wood or other acrylic and so forth. And then you have what they call closed end pins. And they do that, they call it that because there are no pin parts that are part of the finials, the body or the cap finials. Now some guys and gals too, I know, they will actually turn these such to where they put their own threads, so it's all, as far as I know, it's all acrylic. The threads are acrylic, and you know, the band here is acrylic and so forth, and the grip section as well is acrylic. So, but for me, I haven't gotten that far yet, and I don't know, because quite frankly, I like the material, and I'm able to make some nice looking pins even this way. And then I have my own little, you know, kind of design that I have, and I've been developing, you know, my technique over time. But these are really, I really love my pens. And as you can see, there's so many different types of materials that you can get. And then I have, you know, all these greens. I have them kind of separated into color categories here. But so many different types. They even have types that have crushed type of metal in it and so forth. That's really nice. I mean, you get materials like this other one, and you know, isn't that nice? It's kind of cool. Okay, and then look at this one. This is one of my favorites. This red. Oh man, that's cool. And then I've kind of gone to this more, if you call it torpedo type. I mean, this is more like a true cigar. I mean, pins like this shape are oftentimes called cigar, which I guess it's fine, but I think this is more of a true cigar shape type pen. Now what's cool about these and making them for myself is that, let me open the top up here. You saw up here I have this tray that I'm sure they use them obviously in science labs and so forth for the vials and so forth, but we use them, right, for ink samples. What I've done with mine is I keep my spare nibs in here, because the sections, I use a particular style, and I can use a couple of different styles that comes with this section here. Okay, so you got your nib, you got your grip, and then this obviously goes into the body of the pen. Now I have, I get the Goulet nibs there, because you can get them two-tone or silver. And then, that way I don't have to buy a nib for every one of my pens. And I can swap them out. Okay, so all I got to do, and then I have a converter in pretty much each one of these, so I'm ready to go. But then all I have to do is pull it out, twist it on, and I'm ready to go. And I have different sizes. I have broads, I have fines, mediums. I typically use a stick with the mediums, but yeah, this is one of my pens. Nice. It's big, but it's got some weight, but it's not heavy. I don't use the brass tubes in these. I might in the wood just to give the wood extra strength, but I turn them, you know, kind of big. They're about 14 to 16 millimeters thick. Keep that in focus there. But yeah, so it works out. So it works out good. So with that said, I have enough. I have plenty of options for my, and as you see here, okay, all I have to do, and that fits perfect, doesn't it? And I just put it up there. I have a two-tone medium, and then I have those ready to go. And so, as I mentioned last time, I like to have a variety of colors. So I'll have a red, blue, green, brown, and black, typically inked up at all times. Okay, so there's some of my acrylics. These are obviously not mine. And then this is some material called True Stone. I really like that because it's a pulverized stone, and then they put some gold leaf, I guess, in there, and so forth. And then one of my pride and joys is my wood pens. Let's say, are my wood pens. And then here, I'm going to try to get this up a little bit so you can see them a little better there. But I have Bacardi, I have olive wood from Bethlehem even, and then some more olive wood. I think this is mahogany, and then I have some sort of burl here, 2 burls, and then I have some rosewood, but anyway, so a variety of different woods there. But man, don't you, if you like wood, isn't that nice? You see, this is that's why I don't worry about, you know, having to get the big boy name pens and stuff, because I got something unique here. Alrighty, there you go. That's a look at the Penman's pens. And that collection is going to keep growing, both in manufacturing, and then I'm going to be moving in a couple of months, so I have a lot of my pen making equipment put away. So I got to wait until I get to the next place. But rest assured, I will be making some. And sometimes I have extras to buy. Just saying, if you're interested. All right, I'll keep you up to date on that as well. Okay, so that's how the Penman stores his pens. That's how the Penman makes his pens. And the joy that he gets, I get from it. All right, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to and check out some of these other videos. Hope they'll be helpful to you as well. All right, great. Have a nice day. Bye.